law enforcement authorities are already allowed to retain at least one copy without the need of court intervention. So, whereas before they need to apply for a court order or ask the court for permission to retain a copy, now po, pwede na mag-retain ng isang copy yung law enforcement authorities for purposes of what I mentioned earlier na yun nga po, to identify other victims, to continue investigation and case build-up against other perpetrators.
The new law, no, under 11930 and the IRR, inaalaw na po na yung law enforcement mag-issue po ng subpoena sa mga internet companies para makakuha po ng data na kailangan po nila such as subscriber information or traffic data para po matrace po nila yung mga transactions, yung mga communications, pero without looking into the communication po nung mga perpetrators, just the data na attached doon sa ano na yon, sa communication.
Important kasi yun para matrack, no?
Yes.
Sa whereabouts nila.
So napakaganda nitong improvement na to, ano, talagang this could be a good game changer, ano, lalo na for our law enforcement agencies investigating this.
Yun yung isang problem na sinolve din ng bagong batas natin, no, in the IRR. Before kasi nga pag na-delete, nahihirapan na makakuha. But now, even if ma-delete, ang mga internet intermediaries are required to preserve the data within 6 months, no? And kung kailangan pa na extra time ng law enforcement natin, they can file an extension of another 6 months to preserve the data that they need. So talagang malaking tulong din po ito sa ating law enforcement.
You just saw a video snippet of one of the past episodes of Cyberchat with Attorney Kath and my colleagues at IJM.
Yes, Attorney Praise. Nabanggit na natin kanina ang episode 3 of Cyberchat, which featured a discussion on RA 11930.
Maraming salamat, Cyberchat, for that episode at sa pagtulong sa pagpapalaganap ng kaalaman tungkol sa RA 11930.
Idikit, how did the Anti-OSAEC-CSAEM Law address the concern highlighted in the video we saw earlier?
Siguro one very important feature na po of the RA 11930 is the encouragement to use child protective measures such as the VD. No po? We're very particular about that, the VD interview, because we really believe that it could prevent re-traumatization of the child. He does not need to keep repeating his account, his testimony over and over. Mabanggit ko na lang din, no? We're very fortunate also that IJM approached us and allowed us to partner with them to create a VD circular, no, for the DOJ. So we've already had around 3 focal group discussions with really good prosecutors. They were very, it was a very robust and fruitful discussion. I learned a lot. So maraming salamat IJM for spearheading this with us.
Thank you very much for that kind affirmation, Idikit. And in addition to what Idikit just said, just additional inputs on the child protective measures under the new law. It is the presentation of a child in court is no longer required. If there is an audio taped or videotaped interview conducted by a multidisciplinary team, that would already suffice as long as you meet the requirements under the role and examination of a child witness. Kaya we're very happy na the government is now promoting the use of videotaped in-depth disclosure interviews or VD to spare the child from experiencing further trauma. Major Morada, baka pwede po kayo mag-cite ng actual scenario on the ground, paano na-implement itong mga child protection measures na binabanggit namin kanina. Siguro, during rescue operation, meron ba kayong makakwento?
Yes po, Attorney Kat. Bali, during rescue operation po namin, talagang mandated kami ang victim-centered approach talaga kami. Talagang iniisip namin kung ano yung best interest of the child. Kaya yun ang kailangan natin. Kaya sabi niya idikit kanina, yung training namin for the VD kit, we also would like to thank the IJM kasi nakipag-partner din sa amin para i-train o i-capacitate ang aming mga investigator how to interview this victim survivor of OSAEC. And also, yung pag-interview namin upon rescue, kasama na namin ng social worker doon para pag in-interview yung bata na-rescue namin, nandun na agad kung kailan sila available or kung kailan sila, kumbaga, pwedeng interviewin. Hindi namin sila pinipilit na tanungin or na interviewin, na magbigay ng statement. Depende dun sa ng social worker kung ready na silang magpa-interview. And that time, mag-set up na kami ng BD kit. And yan, diretso na interview with the social worker.
Ongoing na po ba yung mga trauma-informed care, gender-sensitive, and disability-sensitive training for investigators and social workers conducting the interviews with the victim survivors?
So, lahat po ba ng mga investigators ng PNP WCPC, PNP Anti-Cybercrime Group, NBI Anti-Cybercrime Group, and DOJ Office of the Cybercrime kasali po sa training na yan?
Bali ho, actually sa PNP WCPC, continuous po yung training namin. Like I said before na nakipag-partner kami with IJM and through other NGOs and foreign law enforcement. May mga training po kaming kinakandak to capacitate our investigator.
Can we explain to our viewers what happens after a case is reported po to any of the authorized parties?
Bali po pag naka-receive kami ng mga report with the OSAEC cases, bali first po i-validate muna namin information. Upon validation, pag nakakuha na, kag-gather na kami ng mga information at nakita namin complete na yung details at nandun yung victims na kailangan i-rescue, may magkakandak po kami ng quick reaction team na para ma-rescue and arrest the suspect. Pero pag kulang pa po, bali magkakandak po kami ng case build-up pa doon para mag-apply for the WSSECD. Pag nakapag-apply na po kami ng WSSCD, yung warrant to search and seizure and examine computer data, pag in-implement na po yun, yun po, magkakaroon ng rescue operation and arrest of the suspect. Pag wala naman po WSSCD, pwede hong mag-result to entrapment and rescue operations para ma-rescue itong ating mga victim apasay.
And when the evidence is already submitted, pwede namang mag-apply ng another cybercrime warrant,
Yes.
yung warrant to examine computer data.
Yes.
Alam nyo, ang isa pang napakagandang development resulting from RA 11930 ay itong obligasyon ngayon ng mga financial intermediaries to report to the authorities any suspicious remittance transactions.
That is right. Major Morada, can you please share a particular instance that financial intermediaries have reported suspicious transactions that led to their arrest?
Bali ma'am, yung reported from the financial intermediaries natin, based on our experience and the experience of our investigator, wala pa po kaming nare-receive na ganon. Pero ma'am, sa tulong din ng financial intermediaries, nagkakaroon kami ng additional information. Kasi pag meron na-refer na cases sa amin, pag merong parang suspicious transaction ang ating STRs, magre-request kami through MALC, the AMLAC, and they provide details ng information ng ating perpetrator or the location of the victims.
Ayan, hindi lang yung mga internet service providers and intermediaries, pati na rin yung mga payment service providers and intermediaries like Western Union, Villiers, Palawan, etc. are answerable if they do not report such suspicious transactions. Tama po ba?
Tama, Icon. Idagdag mo na din sa payment service providers ang PayMaya, GCash at Grab. These institutions are compelled to report suspicious transactions online. And this is important because if you will think of it, OSAEC cases are transactional in nature and it's the payment, the exchange of money that makes it possible. So if we can already control it at the point of the payment or exchange of money before an actual child is abused, just imagine how many children will be safe. So it will disrupt the crime essentially.
Tama po yan, Attorney Praise. Kumbaga yung ng ating mga payment intermediaries, malaking tulong talaga sa aming law enforcement sa pagkandak namin ng investigation regarding OSAEC.
So other than what we have already discussed, there are other important provisions incorporated in RA 11930 that are very important in hastening the case process. speedy disposition of OSAEC cases from preliminary investigation to trial court.
Tama po, idikit. Meron kaming one case na na-handle na talagang napakabilis tong kanilang meron na siyang conviction. Itong one case na to is a case na nag-rescue kami. Ang perpetrator niya is a mother. And nag-plead guilty siya during trial na. Kaya mabilis yung turnover ng case at meron na rin conviction.
So, idikit under RA 11930, there's also the provision requiring the confiscation of the proceeds that are the results of the crime or the properties of the predators. In your experience, is there any case with successful property confiscation for violation by the accused of the RA 11930?
Actually, this provision is what is being highlighted now by the IACAT and the NCC because oftentimes when the perpetrators are, let's say, mga Filipinos and they don't have, they're not liquid, we use this provision. I think it's something that needs to be highlighted. Like when I attended an OSAEC wipeout training, that was one of our topics. What is criminal forfeiture? How do you go about it? We need to make use of this. We need to make use of this provision that is available to us under the law. So that's what we're empowering our prosecutors to do, to be able to use that.
I really hope that we were able to provide our viewers with important updates on the progress of the implementation of RA 11930 for the past 2 weeks. Pero sa palagay ko kulang pa din sa oras.
Kaya nga po, at parang dapat lumabas na kami ni Icon para mag-cyber patrol.
At mangalap pa ng updates mula sa ating mga LGUs, barangay, law enforcers, ISPs, payment service providers, at iba pang mga stakeholders na nag-implement ng RA 11930.
Pero wala na tayong time. Idikit, Major Morada, may we request your message to our viewers before we end today's episode? Idikit.
So, on behalf of the NCC-OSAEC-CSAEM, we are sternly committed in making sure that we are properly implementing the law. So, together with the Department of Justice, you can be assured that we will be together with all the stakeholders involved in combating OSAEC.
In behalf of our Chief Police Brigadier General Portia B. Manalad, ma'am, we would like to thank you for inviting us today. And we call, don't be afraid to report. Mag-report po kayo ng kung meron kayong nalalaman na OSAEC. And kailangan ho natin protektahan at pangalagaan ng ating mga kabataan. Dahil di ba sila po ang ating kinabukasan. Thank you.
Thank you. And on behalf of the Cyber Guardians PH Board and Cyberchat's production team, we wish to thank you, Idikit, for accommodating us, accommodating our request to join us in the past 2 episodes. Maraming salamat po sa inyo at sa National Coordinating Center, gayon din sa Department of Justice.
At maraming salamat din po sa WCPC, headed by Police Brigadier General Portia Manalad. Thank you po. She was represented by Major Michelle Morada. Thank you for providing us with these very important information and for reminding our audience to report OSAEC cases. Magbabalik pa po kami dito sa
Cyberchat Season 2.
Congrats, guys!
Magsama-sama tayo, serbisyong kabataan at kababaihan. Aling Pulis everywhere, sumbungan ng bayan. Aling Pulis, super bilis, aksyon hindi nagmimintis. Andito kami tutulong sa inyo, serbisyong inuuna, kalikasan nyo. Isang tawag nyo lang, kami ay darating, kayo'y babantayan. Huwag kang mangamba, andito kami, sasamahan ka. Di ka iiwanan, di ka pababayaan, ika'y ipaglalaban. Bumugay! Aling Pulis everywhere, magsama-sama tayo, serbisyong kabataan at kababaihan. Aling Pulis everywhere, sumbungan ng bayan. Aling Gabay patunay, iyong kakampi. Laban sa lahat na umaapi. Karapatan nyo ay ipaglalaban sa pang-aabuso at karahasan. Ililigtas ka pag iyong kailangan. Palagi kaming nandyan. Handang ibuwis ang aming buhay sa mamamayang handang ialing. Pulis everywhere, magsama-sama tayo. Serbisyong kabataan at kababaihan. Aling pulis everywhere, sumbungan ng bayan. Aling pulis, super bilis, aksyon hindi na. Aling pulis everywhere, magsama-sama tayo. Serbisyong kabataan at kababaihan.